Most people aren't bad at vibe coding, they're just using the wrong tool for the job, because here's the truth. You don't need 20 different AI coding extensions cluttering your browser tabs. You need to know which tool to pull out when you need a functional app in 60 seconds, which one to use when your UI looks like a 2005 Bootstrap template, and which one to launch when your project inevitably turns into a tangled mess of technical debt. Today we're breaking down the top 5 AI vibe coding tools for 2026, and we aren't ranking them by Twitter hype or venture capital funding. We're judging them on one metric: can this tool actually help you ship production software? Plus, at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the multi-tool pipeline that top AI engineers and non-technical founders use to go from a blank text prompt to a secure, scalable app without hitting the dreaded AI wall. Let's start with number 5. Number 5. Bolt.new. If your goal is taking an idea out of your head and turning it into a working browser preview before your coffee gets cold, Bolt is where you start. Bolt provisions a full Node.js web container development environment directly inside your browser. That means zero installation, zero local terminal setup, and no spending 2 hours resolving NPM dependency conflicts before you write your first line of code. You give it a prompt, and within 45 seconds, you're looking at a live, interactive web app. But here's the trap. Don't confuse fast generation with good software. Bolt is elite for rapid proofs of concept and validating ideas. But as your scope grows, unmonitored browser iterations stack dependencies on top of dependencies. If you try to build a complex multi-tenant SaaS inside a single browser tab without export discipline, your prototype will turn into technical debt fast. That brings us to number 4, V0 by Vercel. If your biggest problem is, my application logic works, but the front end looks like a developer built it in 10 minutes, meet V0. AI-generated applications have a very recognizable aesthetic flaw: identical generic cards, predictable blue-purple gradients, floating shadow boxes, and standard rounded buttons. They all look like AI built them. V0 fixes this by specializing in production-ready UI component generation built on React, Next.js, and Tailwind. You can prompt a component, tweak the design visually, refine the spacing, and copy-paste clean code into your repository. It gives you customized design systems instead of cookie-cutter templates. But remember, pretty isn't production-ready. A beautiful interface slapped over broken database architecture is still broken software. Number 3, Replit Agent. Now let's say you're not an experienced developer. You don't want to manage local server environments or deal with cloud hosting configurations. You just want an app online. Replit Agent combines the editor, execution runtime, database setup, and cloud hosting into one conversational loop. You tell Replit Agent what you want to build. It plans the architecture, writes the backend, spins up a PostgreSQL database, tests the endpoints, and hands you a production deployment URL. That makes it a powerful starting engine for non-technical founders or developers who need to host a live prototype without touching cloud infrastructure. Here's my warning: don't let convenience turn off your brain. If the agent generates database schemes or auth routes you don't understand, you aren't saving time, you're just scheduling a painful debugging session for future you. Number 2, Lovable. If you want to build full-stack web applications entirely through natural language, Lovable is one of the most refined engines on the market. What sets Lovable apart is its tight visual feedback loop. You prompt a feature, watch it render live, point to an issue on the screen, and ask it to make changes. Instead of typing code, software development starts to feel like managing a junior developer sitting right next to you. It handles component architecture, back-end integration via Codebase, and routing seamlessly. The mistake here: letting the AI become your system architect by accident. If you don't explicitly define your business rules, security permissions, and data structures, the AI will make random assumptions on your behalf. And my number 1 tool for 2026, Cursor. When your prototype stops being a toy and turns into a real software product, control is the only thing that matters. Cursor isn't just an inline prompt bar or a glorified chat widget. It's an AI-native IDE built on VS Code that indexes your entire codebase. It understands how your UI components connect to your API routes, how your ORM handles database queries, and how your middleware processes user sessions. Instead of copy-pasting code fragments back and forth from a browser, you hand the AI access to your actual project repository. You can tell it, Find why auth token refreshing is throwing a 401 error on serverless routes. The agent scans the codebase, traces the execution path across 12 files, executes terminal commands to replicate the bug, and presents a proposed multi-file diff for you to review and accept. Cursor is where vibe coding meets real software engineering. But here's the catch. Cursor won't save you from bad requirements. If you don't know what you're trying to build, Cursor will just help you build the wrong thing faster. Now, here's what most vibe coding guides get wrong. They try to force you to pick one single tool for your entire project. Beginners pick one app builder and try to take it all the way to a high-scale product. Then they hit a wall when the code becomes unmaintainable. Senior engineers and elite AI builders don't use just one tool. They chain them together into a specialized multi-tool workflow. Here is the exact step-by-step framework you should use to go from idea to production app. Stage 1. Interface and component design in V0. Don't start by building full back-end logic, start with visual interface clarity. Use V0 to generate your core design system, layout structures, and complex UI components. Export clean, accessible React components with Tailwind styling. Stage 2. Full stack assembly in Lovable or Bolt.new. Take those component designs and feed them into Lovable or Bolt.new. Use these browser builders for what they do best. Wiring up initial database connections, authentication providers like Supabase or Clerk, and basic CRUD operations in a conversational environment. Within hours, you have a working MVP that real users can test. Stage 3. Git export. The moment your MVP is validated, and you need custom logic, third-party API integrations, or performance optimization, stop building in the browser. Push your generated project directly to a private GitHub repository. Stage 4. Hardening and local engineering in Cursor. Clone that repo locally and open it inside Cursor. Now, you're in total control. Use Cursor to clean up duplicate code, enforce strict TypeScript types, audit security rules, write automated unit tests, and refactor messy AI-generated structures. By using this pipeline, you leverage V0 for design, Lovable Bolt for rapid assembly, and Cursor for long-term maintainability. You get the speed of vibe coding without sacrificing software quality. This brings us to the biggest misconception about vibe coding in 2026. AI doesn't eliminate software engineering, it changes where the engineering happens. You used to spend 80% of your time typing boilerplate code, debugging syntax errors, and searching stack traces, and 20% of your time thinking about architecture. Now that ratio is inverted. You spend 10% of your time directing AI tools, and 90% of your time reviewing code changes, testing edge cases, verifying security defaults, and ensuring the application actually scales. Stop asking, "Can AI build this?" Start asking, "Can I verify, audit, and trust what AI just built?" Here's your quick recap summary. Want the fastest browser prototype? Use Bolt.new. Need stunning custom React UIs? Use V0. Want zero config backend hosting? Use Replit Agent. Building an MVP conversationally? Use Lovable. Scaling a production codebase with total control? Use Cursor. The faster AI gets at generating software, the more valuable your judgment becomes. If you want more practical engineering breakdowns, AI tool workflows, and production systems that actually ship, hit that subscribe button. We aren't just collecting AI tools here. We're building with the ones that actually work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.